He came all over my sheets.
I am kind of mean to you, but in a very funny way.
Don't you have to go get your kids or something?
The Trauma Bond Podcast with Chaz
and Nicole.
Game on.
Start telling your stories. No, I'm kidding.
I have so many good stories today that I've been saving because I wanted it to be authentic.
All week, I have such a good story, but I'm saving for the podcast. Okay. And then you continue to tell me about said story, but won't tell me the actual story, which is very frustrating.
Yeah, because things kept happening and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to tell you the story. I do have one.
Very annoying. Can you move your headphones for me? You can just put them on the floor.
I have one super serious thing to say though.
What?
So on our last episode, we were talking about all of the things that we've done lately and stuff. And there was one thing that we didn't talk about. And I was like, why?
Is it that we're planning on having a baby?
What?
I'm joking.
No. We saw Hamilton.
Oh yeah. How do we not? Yeah.
And I don't know how we missed it because I have
neither.
a photo, I thought.
Even I have photos of that. So I can't believe we brushed right past that.
I mean, like I was sitting there listening and I was like, we did not talk about the fact that we went to the Fox Theater and saw Hamilton live. That was a big one.
Because you have the best boyfriend in the world and he bought you tickets to go see Hamilton live.
You did.
And they're pretty good tickets.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter as long as we were in the room where it happened.
Yeah. Hamilton reference for those of you who don't know.
And it was a great night. And it was good. We critiqued it pretty hard, I feel like.
So that is something that's important to note. If you see something for the first time and you see the Broadway performance and then you go see an off-Broadway performance, it is
a huge letdown.
You really understand what it means to be on Broadway because it's a different caliber of person. The one at the Fox wasn't bad.
No.
But we got so used to singing from Broadway and this Broadway soundtrack, and that's how we know all the inflections, the tones, like everything. And when they weren't passionate, we felt it.
And we made sure that we talked about it. Like she's just not passionate about it. Like this is not what Eliza would have sounded like in the real one.
Exactly.
But it was still good.
It was good though. We had a good time, but it was just we definitely critiqued the hell out of it. But it
was kind of like when you read a book and then you go see the movie and
it's exactly what it was
and it's not near as good as the book. And then, the book has way more detail and just more passion.
Yes.
And, they did their best, but they didn't portray the original characters
to their credit for it being an off-Broadway performance, it was really good. They just didn't have the power behind their voices. They did not seem like they were living those lives. Okay, which is what we liked about it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a big one. That was a big thing.
I can't believe that we didn't talk about that.
I can't believe it either.
It's a good time.
It was a good time.
And then we got to see all the stupid tweens leaving Music Midtown, being drunk in the street.
Oh, but not only that, but remember when we saw the play that 2 fights broke out?
Oh, how do we forget that part? So there was one that was directly behind us.
Yeah.
That one was interesting.
We don't really know what exactly the fights were about. We just know that the first one that was behind us, that security had to escort them out. And the one guy was like, don't fucking touch me, man. Like,
yeah, I don't know if that was one of them. I'm pretty sure was about a mask. But the other one, I think the one that was behind us had something to do with like a guy and a girl that he was with.
I think they were just too drunk.
Yeah. Who pre-games Hamilton?
And the people that were like legit direct behind us talked a lot.
We talked a lot too, but we were low on our talking.
But we sang, I think.
Yeah.
But they were just talking
chatting
and laughing. And I was like, this isn't even funny. I wanted to turn around and just be like, shh, shut up.
You're ruining my experience.
I did cry. I almost cried a couple times, but I only cried like actual tears once.
Oh.
Towards the end, because I was just like, I can't believe I got to be here.
Yeah, it was fun though. I was a little concerned for the seats because they were stage left, stage right, and a lot of what happens in that play is stage left. Nope, is stage right. So like there were certain things that like when he's talking to Eliza in the doorway, or no, when he talks to Burr in the doorway, you can't see him. You can only see Hamilton. You can't see Burr.
But babe, it's totally fine because like we have that shit memorized. Okay. We know what happens. We don't need to see. I could have closed my eyes that whole damn play and known exactly what was happening.
I mean, yeah, it didn't matter because we knew it, minute by minute, but it was just, that was my only concern was, are we going to miss parts of this because we can't see it? But it turned out to be okay.
Yeah, it was fine. Yeah.
We got there a little bit later than I would have liked to, and we didn't get a chance to like take pictures and stuff. We just went straight to our seats because it was
packed.
Chaos trying to get in there. But once we got to our seats, it was all good. And then it was 4 hours later is what it felt like, but it was a lot of fun.
It was. And we made love. Sweet, sweet love.
That was an unnecessary addition to that story.
I just felt like it put a bow on it, to be honest.
Did it?
Yeah.
I think it was okay.
All right.
Agree to disagree. All right. This podcast is brought to you by me and Nicole because we don't have any sponsors. So one day.
Maybe. Our Instagram following has really jumped. So
we're close to 600.
I mean,
we're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah. One follower at a time.
All right. Are you ready for my story?
If this is going to be like the 50 story, I'm going to be so upset.
Okay.
And like no one else knows the 50 story but me. And that just makes me even that much more angry because I was the only one who had to suffer.
I told one of my coworkers, it was yesterday, the day before, the 50 story.
The actual 50 story?
Like kind of. I mean, I like shortened it just like, so here's the 50 story, like here's the gist of it. And like Chaz was like, and then we danced for our parents and we went home. Like I was like, it was so much more than that. Okay. There was betrayal, there was love, there was all these things that were in it. The guy dropped me on my head. Okay. Like that was huge.
Yeah.
Okay. This is good. Okay. I don't know. I've sat on it for a few days. It's not as funny as it was the night that it happened, but
yeah,
I don't know.
It's okay. I'm looking at this lighting and I'm just like, should I fix this? I mean, maybe it's just my monitor. I guess you look fine there. Look at yourself and you tell me what you think. I mean, I feel like you might need a little more yellow than white. You look like a ghost.
I am a ghost.
It's okay.
Okay. Let me tell you the story. Are you ready?
I am as ready as I'm ever going to be.
So on Wednesday, I woke up extra early because I wanted to make sure that my 6.5-year-old didn't pee the bed. Okay.
Yeah. Let's back up. You weren't supposed to be here on Wednesday. So if there's a story that comes in later about Zaxby's, didn't that happen on Wednesday? Yeah. Just keep in mind that we almost didn't make it to Wednesday.
What are you talking about?
I was so angry with you
on
earlier
Wednesday?
this week.
Why?
We were fighting about something.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, continue.
So anyways, that had nothing to do with the story. So
okay. I don't know these stories and you've just been building them up all week. So I don't know if that was part of it.
So I woke up early on Wednesday to make sure that my child didn't pee the bed. She didn't. Good job, Audrey.
Way to go.
And so I had all this time. So I took my time getting ready that day. Okay.
What time do you normally wake up?
Like 5:30.
What time did you wake up this day?
Like 5.
Oh, I did not hear what you said the first time then. Okay, continue.
So anyway, I like did my hair, did my makeup really good. I put on jewelry. Like I was like in it. Okay. I was feeling myself that day. I was like,
who were you trying to get all cute for?
You, obviously.
No, you weren't going to see me until later that evening.
Yeah.
So you know that it's not going to stay.
So
who the fuck were you trying to get cute for?
For myself.
That's a lie.
So anyway, I looked really pretty on Wednesday. Okay. So whatever, go through the day. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to fast forward really quick. I get to Chaz's house with our dinner. I got Zaxby's that night and he told me, you look really pretty today, which that's not a super often compliment. Okay.
You just said a hard word for you?
I almost said comment, but then I turned it to compliment. So anyway, and I was like, oh my God, like after what had just happened, it just like made everything better because like I thought I looked really pretty on Wednesday. Okay. So I go to Zaxby's and I order our food and I pull up to the window and this girl starts handing me the drinks and I got 3 drinks. Like, duh, give me a drink carrier. Okay.
Not the first time that Zaxby's has dropped the ball in a drink carrier.
I mean, if you have more than 2 drinks, give a drink carrier. It's just common sense.
Seriously.
So I'm like so I'm like, hey, can I get a drink carrier? And I'm handing the drink back to her. And she goes, yes, sir.
Whoa. Yikes.
That's it. That's it. Okay. Didn't correct herself or anything. She's just like, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I was like,
no problem, bro.
do I look like a man today? Like,
apparently so.
Here I am thinking, dang, Nicole, you're looking real pretty today. Chaz is telling me I look pretty. People at work tell me I look nice. But the girl at Zaxby's thought I was a male.
Now, this particular Zaxby's is very dim lit. The
matter.
outside lights, I don't think I've worked there for 8 months. So, maybe looking into your car, she thought maybe that's a dude. Maybe that's an attractive dude with long hair.
So then, like, I really thought she was going to correct herself.
No,
like,
she meant sir.
And so I even like when I did a hair flip, like,
yeah.
Hey girl, I'm a lady. Okay.
Do you think she based it off your voice?
Do
you have I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Do I sound like a man?
I don't know. What'd you sound like on Wednesday?
Like this?
Oh, did you?
Were
you feeling a little
I wasn't
raspy
like,
on Wednesday?
Like, hey girl, let me get a drink carrier. Like I was like, can I get a drink carrier, please? Like that's probably how I sounded.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm like, as she's passing me the rest of my food, I'm making direct eye contact with this girl. Like, are you gonna fix yourself? Like, are you embarrassed?
She's like, sir, you have very pretty eyes.
That's my Chick-fil-A compliment.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry. My apologies.
Zaxby's doesn't compliment me like Chick-fil-A does. Okay.
Obviously.
So yeah, I'm like, surely she's gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like something. No. But no, just yes, sir. Yeah. And I was like, and it was a day that I just felt like I looked really nice. I was like confused with a man.
Yeah, it's called humbling yourself. Okay. You needed that. You were probably sitting there thinking your shit don't seem like I look so good today. People at work are saying I look so good today. And then you pull up and Zaxby's was like, yeah, sir, can I help you?
It was so embarrassing.
Yeah. I feel like you need moments like that. You need days like that to really put you in your place.
No, yeah. I need to be hyped up. Okay?
I think that what's more embarrassing is that if she thought you were a dude, she definitely thought you were like a super feminine dude. So like, think about that.
It's just like, like one time at work, this person came in and I can't remember if it was a boy or a girl. And I said the wrong thing. I said, yes, sir, or something. And then I saw the name and I was like, oh my God, like, I'm so sorry. Like I corrected myself immediately. And I was like, oh my God.
Most people would.
But not this girl. She's like, that's a dude. Yeah. That's a man.
Not like if I had to take a gamble, is that a man? I'm putting up $100,000. Like that's definitely a dude.
I mean, and I was just like, okay. And so, she hands me my food. I'm like, all right, thank you. Bye. Like, yeah. I'm a woman. I am a lady. My name is Nicole.
Yeah, she doesn't know that.
Apparently not. And you know what? She wasn't that great looking herself. So like, who do you think you are?
Wow.
Maybe she was jealous and she was just trying to like.
You think that's it?
Yes.
She was just projecting.
That's how good I looked on Wednesday.
She was like, oh, look at this attractive ass girl here. Like, I got to really put her in her place.
And keep in mind, I had long dangly earrings that day too.
I think that you're fully underestimating how dark that Zaxby's is.
Oh no.
It is.
Oh my God. It was so bad. But yeah, so that was my embarrassing story at Zaxby's that I've been talking about for 3 days.
Honestly, it was an okay story, but like you could have told me that and we could have still done this on the podcast. That wasn't one that needed to wait. That one could have just been as soon as it happened.
Like, okay, so then this story segues into something that happened to me today. Like, speaking of being embarrassed. So I had an interview today.
Did someone also, again, not recognize you at work or think that you were a dude?
No. Honestly, it might be worse. So I had an interview today. So for lunch today, one of my coworkers gave me a Hot Pocket because I was like, oh man, I haven't had a Hot Pocket in a while. And it was the pepperoni pizza one. So I was like, oh, like those are good. So I'm in there, I'm enjoying my Hot Pocket and again, I haven't had a Hot Pocket in a long time. So I'm just like slowly eating it, just like, this is delicious.
Relax. This is not that kind of podcast.
And it's like you take a bite and like you pull and like the cheese is.
Yeah, we get it. You don't have to be so descriptive.
Delicious. I just want everybody to understand how good this Hot Pocket
I think that everyone knows what a Hot Pocket is. I don't think you have to explain
It's like
how
a
to
pizza.
eat a Hot Pocket and what happens when you eat one.
Okay.
And you missed the most important part. It's always hot as lava.
Yeah. And I burned my tongue. I mean, that's
obviously
part of it.
Part of the experience.
So I ate my Hot Pocket, whatever. And then probably 10 minutes after I got done eating it, my interview came. So I was like, all right, cool. So I go out there, I grab her, I bring her into my office. I start talking with her, and I don't know why, but I did something, like I put my hand on my face or something because I was looking at the computer and I felt something crusty. And I was like, what is this? I pull off this huge dry strand of cheese.
That's fucking disgusting.
So I look at her, I was like, oh my God, I have cheese on my chin.
And she's like, I don't want to work here. Thank you, though. Thank you for your time, but I've seen all that I need to see here
And
today.
I was like, sorry, girl, I had a Hot Pocket for lunch. You get it, right?
And she's like, no, I'm vegan.
She's like, no, I wipe my face like an adult.
Yeah, I clean my face after I eat because I'm not a child.
Like I just peeled it off and just like, oh my God. And just dropped it on the floor.
Well, better than eating it, I guess. That could have been the alternative.
Could you imagine if I was just like, oh, no. And then she goes, ha, maybe you were saving it for later.
Because it's uncomfortable. Like, what else is she supposed to say?
I was like, listen, I need you to work here now. Like, I need us to get over this awkward encounter.
It's super strange.
I know. And I was like, ladies and gentlemen, assistant manager.
No. So you're never going to eat another Hot Pocket is what I'm assuming.
Yeah. Or like at least check my face afterwards or something.
Yeah, that'd be a good habit to get into, I think.
Yeah.
To just, after you eat, but maybe.
You know what? Side note though, honestly, like, how dare she not tell me?
I mean, you don't go into an interview and be like, hey, you got a little.
I mean, that was a test and she did not pass.
I mean, was it though?
So then that segues into this other
you
story.
Love these segues. And honestly, like, do they segue, or are you just saying the word segue thinking that in itself is a segue? Because I think it's that.
No. The first story was about how I got called a dude, and like it was embarrassing. So then we segued into another embarrassing story.
I mean, I guess, but you being called a dude and you having Hot Pocket cheese on your face are not the same.
And then this is gonna segue into food on your face. So I was telling them at work today, I was like, I don't know what it is. I cannot call somebody out. Like if you have a booger or you have like something in your teeth, like I am not.
Oh, you mean like what you just said the girl should have done to you?
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't do it. She should have done it.
Well,
she should have done
punch
it.
the microphone.
So I was like I was like, even Chaz, like I love him. And I mean, I just wouldn't, like, I don't know what it is. And
Did you tell them the time that I wiped the booger off your face? I knew that was coming.
Yes. And so I told them, I was like, one time I had like a booger on my nose or something, and Chaz just reached over and just grabbed it.
I thought it was dead skin. I was just
Either way, that's so gross.
No, it was like hanging off your nose. That's what was gross.
But you could have been like, babe, like go like this or something. But like you just like reached over and grabbed it. And that's when I was like, wow, I think he does love me.
Yeah, that was your indicator?
Nothing else.
Nothing else before that. Okay.
But when you picked that skin/booger off my face, I was like, I'm gonna marry him one day.
Wow.
He is the love of my life.
Yikes.
Because I wouldn't do it for you.
I know you wouldn't.
So.
But I've said this before that I love you more than you love me. And that's
in that
evident.
Instance, it was evident.
Yeah.
On an everyday basis, it's, a little up in the air. But in that,
generally speaking,
in that moment, I was like, wow, I feel more loved than I ever have.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't let you walk around with that shit on your face.
But again, it could have just been like a go like this or something.
I mean, like, why? I saw it and I was right there. It's not like I saw it from a distance.
What like we still don't know. Was it a booger? Was it?
I mean, who the fuck cares? I wasn't gonna eat it afterwards. Like, I don't really give a shit. I'll just go wash it off.
It was really funny though.
Yeah.
I mean, it was intimate.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was more intimate than any intimacy we've ever experienced.
I've literally been inside you, but okay.
But you picking that booger skin, that did it for me.
Okay.
I was like, whew, I feel it.
Whatever gets you going. On that subject, though, I was watching something the other day, or maybe I read something. Anyway, it was talking about what you can do with $50 million. And I was like, Leave my girlfriend is what I can do with $50 million. Like, I still can't believe that you thought that if someone offered you $50 million that you wouldn't leave me. And I still to this day call bullshit. Even my daughter called bullshit. Shouldn't believe your lies either.
So I asked Chaz.
Another stupid hypothetical question and then got mad at me for it. Continue.
I asked Chaz if he had, did I say 50 million?
It was 10 million.
Would you, if you were offered $10 million to break up with me, you will never see or speak to me again, or deny the $10 million and stay with me,
Yeah.
what would you choose? And he said he would stay with me.
Yeah, because I said $10 million isn't a life-changing amount of money. $10 million at 35, I'll be broke by the time I'm 60.
So then I switched it up.
Maintaining my current style of living, like I would be broke at like 60. So it's not worth it to me to lose you knowing that I'm gonna have to go back to work at 60.
Listen, guys, the bottom line is, do you choose love or money? And he chose the money. Okay.
I said that it would take at least $40 million for me to even consider it, is what I said to you.
And I said that I wouldn't even consider it.
And I said bullshit.
Keep in mind, I did switch it up a little bit. I said if we were like super happy, because like in this moment, I mean, I might take $10.
I'll give you $10 right now. I'll Venmo to you. I'll Cash App, however you want to receive it. Zelle. I don't have cash. That's the only one I can't do. I can write you a check, but I will give you $10 right now.
But anyways, I always said we were super happy, like super in love. And if that was the case, I would not take the money. And he thinks I'm lying. But like, if we were super in love, I was going to spend the rest of my life with him. Like, I knew we were going to get married and like be together forever. And like, he made me happy. I would choose him over the money.
I think that if it was like $60 million, for sure, if it was $100 million, you're taking the money.
No,
that's stupid. I would break up with you. I told you that before. I would break up with you for your poor business decisions.
But you have to remember, like, what's the point in having all that money if you can't be with the one you love? I can find someone else.
Exactly.
No, you can't. That was a trick question. I would choose you.
I
don't know. I guess it would just have to happen.
Yeah, I think if someone put that much money in front of you, I think it's going to change your opinion. But you also added the other caveat of I can never be in love again. And I was like, that does not change my choice at all. I will still take the money.
Yeah, but then I said you can never have sex again. And then you were all like, oh, well,
that's different.
So like, you're just going to be having sex with random bitches. Like, no.
Yeah, what's the point of having all this money if you can't have sex with random bitches?
You better lock it up. You are going to piss me off and I'm going to slide across this table and slap you. No, you would give up the money if you could never have sex again, but you would take the money. So if it was like $100 million and you could never have sex ever again, you would not take the money.
It depends on the definition of sex.
Like you can masturbate, but you can't have sex with anyone.
So I'm Mormon.
I guess.
I mean, they have loopholes. There's always a loophole. So I feel like probably, yeah, it would be a consideration.
Yet, if you were offered $100 million, Nicole's out immediately, like no thoughts.
Yeah, but I would also give you some of that money.
That didn't make it better, Chaz.
Why?
Because I just want the love, okay?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, you cause stress in my life. Sex doesn't cause stress in my life. So those are two very different things.
I said we were happy.
And in that moment, nobody's happy forever, Nicole.
We are.
Okay.
We would be in this magical.
We'd be happier with $100 million now, wouldn't we?
But we wouldn't be able to be together.
Well,
fine.
We'll do it in secret.
You can't. You just can't.
How would they know?
I just disappear. Like I just poof. Like I'm gone.
I just don't recognize you anymore. There was a movie about that.
The Vow?
Spider-Man. Nope. That's I was like, I saw this in a movie recently. It was Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I said The Vow, and I don't think that's correct. I think she just had amnesia or something. Yeah, she like got in the hospital and couldn't recognize him, so he had to make her fall back in love with him. Yeah. Maybe it wasn't The Vow. I don't know.
50 First
Rachel
Dates.
McAdams was in it. That's all
50
I know.
First Dates, same idea.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, okay. But I don't know. I think even for $100 million and I can never have sex again, probably. But I mean, that takes a lot of the fun of $100 million off the table. That's the problem.
Oh, so if you got $100 million, it would be so you can get bitches?
Yes.
I hate you. We're done with this conversation. I'm on to my next funny story. Okay. This is really funny. This is good. I've been holding on to this one since last week.
Probably going to suck, but continue.
Okay. So I'm at work, right? And we get a call and it's from an anonymous number. Okay. It said anonymous on the caller ID. Like, whatever. Didn't think anything of it. So the girl at the desk answers the phone and he's like, hey, I'm the driver for Offset. You know.
The rapper?
Yes.
Okay.
I know when I tell this story, I'll be like, Nicole, you're so freaking stupid. Like, so he's like, I'm the driver for Offset and you guys are the closest urgent care to where we are. He's having a bad reaction to the vaccine and he can't walk. So I'm probably I'm going to have to carry him in, but can you guys see him? At this point, I'm not even thinking straight. I'm just like, yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Duh. It's Offset. So
I was going to say it's an urgent care. Please come here to address your.
I don't care if he was bleeding from his eyeballs. We would be able to fix him magically. Okay. So I was like, yeah, that should be fine. So she's like, yeah, that's fine. He's like, all right, we're 11 minutes away. I really want to make sure that you guys are going to be able to see him. We don't want to have to wait, whatever. And we were not busy. So she's like, yeah, that's fine. Just make sure he brings his ID and insurance. And he was like, I mean, yeah, we'll just we just have cash. It's not that big of a deal, but yes, I'll have it. Okay, we're on our way. We'll be there in 11 minutes. He's like, and also, by the way, his wife is with him.
Okay.
I lose it. I'm like, Cardi B is coming to our urgent care.
You're such an idiot.
So she gets on the phone. I'm like, oh my God. I get a photo release ready so we can take some pics.
Are you for real?
And so I tell the provider, I'm like, hey, and then he's panicking because he's like, he can't walk. He can't walk. I don't know if I can fix him. What if he sues me? And he's sweating. He's freaking out. He's like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. And I'm like, well, you better figure it out. You better figure it out. Because
Google it.
Cardi B and Offset. And I just want to meet them. Worst comes to worst, we'll send them to the emergency room, but we have to make it at least look like we're trying to fix him.
Yeah.
He's like, but he can't walk. I've never heard
That's such a weird allergic reaction.
So I got a photo release ready where I'm calling.
I cannot believe your first thought is I got to get a photo release ready. I know that I want to take some photos when these people come in with their medical emergency.
Well, I wasn't going to be right when they walked in, hey, can we take a picture? But what my hope is that the provider would be able to fix him.
Sure. And then killing time.
They'd be happy. Yeah. And then they come be like, oh my God, thank you guys so much. And I'll be like, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. I love your music. That's a whap. That's a whap. Can I get your photo? Are you looking at me like that because you just fell in love with me again?
Don't know if I would use the words love, but I felt something.
I mean, I was like, should we play some Cardi B?
like a intro music as they walk through the door.
There's some hoes in this house.
There better not be no fucking hoes in that house.
Just Cardi.
Wow. Okay.
So kid you not, we are all in my office, looking at the time and just in a line against the window, just waiting for the celebrity car to pull up.
And then a 1992 Honda Civic rolls up.
Well, those are the cars that kept pulling out. I was like, nope, that's not them. That's not them. Oh, nope, that's not them either. So about, it gets to 11 minutes because he said that they were 11 minutes out. Exact. And so I'm like, well, that's why it was a little more believable because they typed it in the map 11 minutes. Yeah. So we were like, that's legit. Okay. Sure, yeah. So we're all waiting. And so 11 minutes passed. I'm like, all right. Maybe they had to get gas or something. We get to about the 15-minute mark. And I looked at them. I was like, guys, I don't think they're coming. I think we were pranked.
I am glad that it only took 15 minutes. I expected it to take a little bit longer for you to hold out.
But the saddest part about it is I went to lunch 30 minutes later and I said, you guys better call me if they show up.
Okay. So you weren't fully convinced that you had gotten pranked. There's still a chance in your mind.
And one more thing. This makes it even worse. I wasn't fully believed that we were pranked. I just thought maybe they got us mixed up and they went to a different urgent care.
Okay. That is my girlfriend, ladies and gentlemen.
I was like, dang it. The one down the street probably got them.
Yeah, the competitors.
I almost had half of mine to call them and be like, hey, Cardi B come in today.
How embarrassing would that be if you called around to see if
First
of all, it's a HIPAA violation, so they couldn't tell you.
True. But she wasn't being seen.
But still.
So then today, this makes this even funnier. The same provider was there today that was there on the day that this happened. And he's like, I'm not
crying right now.
He's like, I'm not going to lie. I've been watching the news
to see
if Offset had a bad reaction to the vaccine. Like, I'm trying to see if that's like a new thing. Like, people are starting to not be able to walk because of the vaccine.
Remember that happened with that girl who got the flu vaccine, or so she said. I think it turned out to be a hoax.
That freaked me out.
Yeah, where she had to walk backwards or some shit was the only way she could walk. Run. Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah,
that shit made it on like 60 Minutes or whatever show.
And then it ended up being a hoax.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, so he was like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, and then one of my other coworkers was like, yeah, like I did look on Instagram to see if Cardi B was in Georgia.
I mean, your first check should always be for celebrities, TMZ. They report shit before anybody knows anything. If it's not on TMZ, it's not true.
Well, then like the girl who answered the phone, she's like, I mean, they probably are coming because they probably live in Sugarloaf Country Club. And I was like, yeah, like everything
totes makes sense.
Everything was just aligning. I was like, yeah, I mean, isn't Offset from Georgia?
Yeah.
Migos is from Georgia. So I was like, I mean, this is
and from Gwinnett County.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I get it. Yeah.
And like, I just want you to keep. I told the girl, I was like, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I might cry. And she was like, please don't cry. And then my other coworker was like, Nicole, do you just need to stay in your office when this happens? And I was like, yeah, I might.
Probably.
I think I'm gonna fangirl way too hard.
Probably best for everyone involved if you just stay in your office.
It was so bad. And so then like I had called Caitlin, you know, my best friend, and I was like telling her about it, and then she called me back. She's like, "Did Cardi B come?" And I was like, "No, I think we got pranked, man."
Yeah, they got you good too. I hope they listen to the podcast.
I know, because it was such a legitimate situation. Like, they didn't do anything weird. Like, it was just like, "Hey, this is the driver. Like, you know, we got cash." Like, he didn't even like say, like, he was just like, "The wife's with him," and I'm like, ah.
I wonder, like, other than the initial, oh, we got him, like, what's the point? Yeah, like, you don't even know that people were sitting there waiting for Cardi B to show up. Like, you could have hung up the phone, like, all right, that's obviously a fake, and then like they're still over there like, oh, we got him good. It's like, you don't know.
Well, shout out to you guys.
Yeah, they did get you good.
You got all of us. Like, we were all fooled.
That is hilarious.
And that story, as it was happening, I wanted to call you so bad. But first of all, I knew you were going to rain on my parade and be like, that was not, you're stupid. That's not even going to happen. I didn't want to hear it.
Because I am a realist and would understand that that was a fucking prank.
But I didn't, yeah. I did not want to hear it. I was like, I'm not telling Chaz.
You want to live, ignorance is bliss. I get it.
And then I didn't want to tell you because as it was happening, I was like, regardless of how this works out or how this plays out, I'm going to tell it on the podcast. Unless they would have showed up, I would have told you immediately because I would have said, hey, come take some photos with Cardi.
I couldn't get there in time.
I would hold her down.
Okay.
I'd be like, oh, Cardi, did you get the vaccine too? Because you're looking a little flush.
Oh,
I think we need to monitor you for about 43 minutes.
Exactly.
Oh, weird. Hey, Chaz, I didn't know you were coming to the urgent care today. What's up?
Wow. I was going to say something. I don't remember what it was.
Because you were laughing too hard for my funny story?
That's one way to say it. Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Is that it? Is that all your stories?
Oh, I have like a whole,
check your fucking list.
See.
I have mixed feelings about your dedication to this podcast because now it's like you won't tell me anything because you want to save it for the podcast.
Did that one. Okay, so let me tell you a story about Audrey. So
this is just a Nicole sharing stories podcast now.
So Audrey's had this weird fixation on apples lately. She loves eating apples and she doesn't want me to cut them. She likes to eat them like regular. There's
something about biting into a nice crisp apple. Mm-hmm. So I'll give it to her. But she's got some loose teeth, doesn't she?
Not yet. That's true. So she's been killing it with the apples lately, which fine. I'd rather you eat apples than freaking goldfish every second of the day.
Yeah.
So she bites all the way down and she sees the seeds.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, I didn't know there were seeds in apples. And I was like, yeah,
now a tree's
baby.
gonna grow in your belly.
So she's like, can I keep them? And I was like,
That's weird.
okay, sure. Keep the seeds, whatever you want to do, babe. And so she
keep them where though?
just wait.
Okay.
So she takes one seed, because at that point only one seed was showing.
Okay.
Which I knew there was more than one. There's always more than one, but at that point only one was showing. So she takes the seed out of the apple and she's like, oh, it's slimy. She's like, I need to rinse it off. So I was like, okay.
Bye seed.
I was like, okay. So she goes to the sink and she's like talking while she's going over there, like, this is gonna be my new friend. I'm gonna keep it. We're gonna play. And and so she holds it under the faucet in her hand. And of course, as soon as the water pressure turns on, that seed falls down
it's
the
gone.
drain.
Bye.
Oh my, no, my friend. I was like, and so she's bawling. I mean, she is
like she just
hysterical.
lost a pet.
As if her mother just died. Just like, I'm just like, Audrey, there's more seeds. Oh, there are.
Just like that.
Yes. So I get the apple cutter and I cut it. And so I get them all. I give her like 3.
Apple cutter.
Like, you know, the apple slicer you just put on the top of the apple. Like,
nope. I use a knife.
oh no. Oh, babe, let me turn you on to some kitchen appliances.
That sounds like some white people shit. I've never even known that existed.
So it's got 2 handles.
Uh-huh.
And it's got a circle. And
Okay.
it's like got little holes for the apples. And then there's a circle in the middle for the core. So you line it up on the apple.
Yeah. Can you silence your phone, please?
So you line it up on the apple, the circles around the core, and then these slice, and then you just push it down, and then your apple is sliced and the core is gone.
That's, I mean, makes perfect sense. Did not know such a thing existed.
Because you're black?
I guess so. I mean, I had a
You didn't have that luxury?
No, I was like, I didn't even, I mean, we're lucky if we got apples. So
you just ate them how they came. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you didn't know that. I'll have to show you next time you come to my house.
Ate them like a horse and just eat them, I was lucky if I could, find a sharp enough knife to cut said apple.
Wow, I'm sorry.
It's
I didn't know
okay.
your life was so hard.
Yeah, I mean, different times, I guess.
I know what I'm getting you for your birthday.
I don't want an apple slicer.
It's okay. I'll get you one.
I don't want
They're like
one.
$5.
Okay.
It's not a big deal.
I don't want
Don't
it.
worry, babe. I got you.
I don't want it.
I'm gonna get you one.
I'd rather use a knife.
It's okay. I'll get an orange one too. Maybe a Clemson. Maybe Clemson fan gear stuff has an
Wait,
apple.
There's orange slicers?
No, I'm saying I'll get you an orange one because it's your favorite color.
I was gonna say like you have to peel oranges.
No, you don't. Have you never heard of the orange peeler? You don't know what an orange. I'm just kidding.
It's like I know what a regular peeler
You've never
is.
heard of an orange cutter?
Yeah, I mean, some people eat oranges in slices, and then, but I'd rather peel the whole thing and just eat it.
Oh, see, I like to cut the orange and then take the slice and suck all of the orange juice out and then put it in my mouth and smile.
That sounds like a Nicole thing. Yeah,
Because I like to eat my food weird.
Yeah, you do. Fucking
But yeah, so
weirdo.
Audrey lost her best friend. She was devastated.
Who was a seed?
Yeah, and I'm like, baby, do we need to talk about like, are you having trouble making friends at school? Like,
Yeah, it's so much so that you have to resort to having a seed.
like mommy's your friend too, right?
Yeah,
Stupid kid.
poor kid.
But yeah, it was
The imagination on that kid is something
so
else.
the apple seeds are now in a Ziploc bag that have been sitting on my kitchen table for 2 weeks.
They're gonna sprout.
Yeah, she's gonna come home and be like, oh, I have apples now. I should do that. I should take the seeds out
And just put apples in the
there and then be
bag.
like, Audrey, oh my God, I'll film it. That'll be my next TikTok viral.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my God.
Our next TikTok that I told you about earlier is gonna be a viral TikTok.
You think so?
I do think so.
Okay, we'll do it.
I
and
think
we'll
it'll be
see.
funny.
You can post it on yours. I'll post it on mine, and we'll see who gets the most views.
I mean,
since,
my
I'm
TikTok's
famous.
2 days old now because I created a new one.
I mean, yeah, but still.
So, I mean, I did post a video of my newly renovated stairs, and that got like 300 views. And that
It's no 1.5.
I mean,
million.
I would just say, but on a consistent level, right? You get like 17.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I think my lowest is like 50. All
mm,
right, let's just not talk about it anymore.
okay. I'm just saying, on average, you're not getting a lot of hits. So don't act like your 1.5 is like a normal thing. I was just saying that, like, when I post it, I'll probably get a few hundred and you might get 70. So like, don't feel, like you're not as good. Although it may be true, but I don't want you to feel that way. I'm just
And
better
to
at
think
marketing.
that I was going to invite you to meet Cardi B.
I'm not even a Cardi B fan. I actually find her very obnoxious, even just her voice.
Don't talk about her.
I don't care.
She might listen to this
I
one
would
day.
if you told me that Cardi B was at the clinic, I'm like, cool.
You're so lying.
I am so
what if I told you
serious.
Offset was there?
I'd be like, all right, maybe.
But yeah. What was another thing? Oh, so one of my friends was asking me if I had watched something recently, and I was like, no. And she's like, oh, you don't have HBO Max? And I was like, no, if Chaz does, I can watch it at his house. And she's like, he won't give you your his login. And I was like, no. And she's like, that's kind of fucked up.
Is it?
So I would like to talk to you about why I can't log in on my TV to your HBO Max.
So if you recall when we first started dating.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
They deserved it though.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So you like to keep logins past your allowed period of time to be using said login. So no. Plus we fight every other day and I have to revoke your login every other day. Like, who wants to do that?
You don't
I can't keep
my
up with that.
Spotify?
Yeah, I know. I've considered it though.
Then I can't listen to the podcast.
I don't give a shit.
No.
The only reason why I didn't do it is because your son's also on it and he didn't do anything.
HBO Max, though, you can't buy anything on there, so I can't abuse it.
I don't care. I don't think that you should. I don't want my logins on your fucking devices.
What am I gonna do to it?
I don't think that you should have it. It's not yours.
All right, guys. So Chaz is only saying this because twice. I was gonna say one time.
Yeah, 2 times.
So one time I was dating this guy, and he did me dirty, and so he had logged in. Okay, actually, no, that was like pure theft.
Yeah.
Actually, because he gave me his login because it was my son's birthday and I didn't have Prime. So he like texted me the login, was like, just get on my Amazon. You can order the stuff and it'll be here in 2 days.
Yeah.
And so I was like, cool. So then after we ended things, I did go back through our texts and find that login. And then I logged it on my TV and then I started renting videos.
Yes. But more importantly, I just, I want you to be able to, only watch it here.
Because you love me and you want me here.
Yeah.
And you know that I will literally fight for this relationship until
Just
Sex in the City's over.
Yeah, just to keep watching HBO Max.
Yeah, because I have a couple shows that I watch.
Yeah.
I really want to get into Yellowstone. Everybody keeps talking about it, and
I've tried. I haven't I won't say that I've tried. I've put it on, but like it's always been on like in the background while I was working.
You have to pay attention to it.
And you have to pay attention to it. And I can't do it though. It's so dry at the beginning.
But all of my friends that are like young girls, like they're like they're just like in their
because they're swooning over the dudes.
No.
You sure they're not into ranchers?
I feel like they are. No, I mean the one girl has a black boyfriend just like me and she loves it.
There's a black dude on there that looks like me, remember?
Yeah, and that was on my notes.
Oh.
Because she was talking to me about it the other day and I was like, yeah, one of my friends said that the black guy looks like Chaz. And I looked him up and like, I guess some angles with like hats, like, yeah, I could see it. But then I was like, why? Is it because he's black? He's the only black guy on the show. So you immediately were like, he looks like Chaz. And she's like, oh my God, stop. And then remember like later in the week, we were driving and there was a black guy walking on the sidewalk. And I was like, oh my God, it looks like Chaz. And she was like, you're making me feel bad.
You shouldn't be a racist piece of
like,
shit.
Just
And then
because
it wouldn't.
He's black and has a beard, he just has to look like Chaz.
Yeah. That's the criteria.
Like anytime a black person walks into the clinic, I'm like, oh, Chaz.
Except for the one time where it was me.
Yeah.
And who's that guy? Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, so okay, fine. I guess I can just keep watching HBO Max here.
Yeah.
Whatever. It just seems dumb. I should be able to watch it at my house. I mean, my login.
Get your own HBO
My
Max.
login for Discovery Plus is here.
Yeah, and I told you I'd give you Disney Plus.
Why not HBO Max? I don't care about Disney Plus.
That's why.
Fine, I want Disney Plus.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Okay. You can have it.
Good, because I'm gonna take it.
Good. Okay.
Oh, another thing I want to talk about is my sister got engaged.
Yeah.
And she was on this podcast, so like she's special.
Is that how that works?
So her and her fiance,
they
were together for 8 years.
Yeah.
It's a very long
which
time.
I told Nicole is now our benchmark. So don't ask me.
That's not true.
That is true because there were like 3 people who got engaged around the same time.
But then you switched it to 5.
Okay. You're right.
And we're already at 2
I was
almost.
getting there.
I'm just making sure you remember what you said.
Fucking forget it now. Finish your story.
I'm just saying it was 8, but then another friend of mine was with her guy for 3 and they got engaged. Then you changed it to 5.
Yeah, but there was someone else who got engaged during that same time, and it was like 7 or 8 years as well.
That's one of my other friends. Yeah. So congrats. But anyways, so none of us were expecting it. And I just like, as soon as I realized what was happening, I lost it. I started bawling my eyes out.
Yeah.
I mean, my sister didn't even cry. And I'm over there like boo-hooing.
You had enough tears for everyone.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I didn't even think to pull my phone out to record it. She's lucky I got like 3 pics.
That is a very anti-Nicole thing to do.
I mean, I was so blown away. Like I was so like shocked that it was happening.
Yeah, because it's been talked about for a while and nothing.
And it just threw me off so bad that I wasn't even thinking straight. I was just like, oh my God.
Wow.
I mean, think about it. Think how hard I cried when she got engaged. Imagine what I'm going to do if we got engaged.
I know.
It's going to be like ugly crying.
Yeah.
I think I could probably fill a river.
That's excessive.
I might pee my pants.
Your pants are going to be wet. That's for sure.
That's inappropriate.
Is it though?
Let me see if I had any other good, funny stories by Nicole. That's what we should change the name of this podcast to.
No, there's not enough content for that. You got 1 episode's worth of. It took you a week to get. We're at like 20 minutes.
We're at 20 minutes?
I don't know. This doesn't keep track of time.
Oh.
I have no idea how long it's been. I could probably figure it out though.
That's it. That's all. That's my list. That's all my funny stories that I kept from you for a week.
Oh, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That seems okay.
So do you remember that podcast that we did where you did that stupid thing that you saw on TikTok where you were saying, would you rather sneeze and go into the
future or fart and go into the past, whichever.
So those
might be a reverse order of that, but yeah.
Those same guys did another one that I saw yesterday or the day before. And it was like, would you rather sneeze and start laughing or fart and start crying or something like that?
It's tough. Are you laughing uncontrollably and crying uncontrollably?
Yeah.
That sounds exhausting.
Not forever though, I don't think.
I mean, how long does it last?
I don't know. I didn't.
And is it the same duration? These are important questions. Like, do you cry for 30 seconds or laugh for 30 seconds?
See,
or is it?
For me, sometimes I laugh so damn hard that I do cry. So
yeah,
it's just 2
you're
in
going to
1.
get double whammy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you need a good cry though. And all you got to do is sneeze and then you start crying. Like, that's kind of a good deal for you.
Yeah. I love crying.
I know. We had that weird conversation the other day when you were saying that you were waiting for, was it an episode or a part of an episode?
Yeah.
And then it didn't happen and you were like all upset because you really wanted to cry. And I was like, so just fucking cry. Like, why do you need to find the sad thing in a show to cry at?
We've talked
which
about
is
this.
Made up.
We've
so
talked about this on the
stupid.
podcast before. So bite me. Okay.
It's
like
stupid.
It's stupid to you because you have no feelings.
I have plenty of feelings. Thank you very much.
Like deep in your core.
Okay.
And not everybody's like that.
I just don't project my feelings. It doesn't mean I don't have them, Nicole.
Okay. Because sometimes it's just nice to have a good cry. And so it's like,
okay. See, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything about your need to have a cry, which I also think is ridiculous, but that's not even what the conversation was. If you have a need to cry, why not just cry? Like, why do you have to find something to trigger you to cry? If you feel like you need to cry, then you would just cry. It's like feeling like you have to fart, but you're like, well, I got to watch something that's gassy.
It's almost like because you don't want to admit that all the things that you've bottled up are enough
Admit to who? Yourself?
yourself?
That sounds like some shit you should tell a therapist. So
I'll bring it up in my next session.
Oh, we didn't even. Nicole started therapy.
And guys, I just don't think it's working. I was talking to my friend about it the other day because she was saying that, maybe she was going to start doing it and stuff. And she's like, do you feel, I was like, honestly, it is very nice to talk to someone.
Yeah, that's all that I mean, it's not going to fix you, but do you feel better that you get to talk to someone unbiased?
No, because a lot of the things that I talk about is you.
Yeah.
And so, and like our problems and like, why am I this way? And honestly, it just makes me more sad because there's no solution.
Yeah.
So it's like, you guys should probably just cut ties.
Yeah, we already know that part. That's not new information.
Tell me something I don't
Yeah.
know, lady. Like, how do I fix it?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like,
So, like, get that idea out of your head. We've tried so many
And
times.
it's
It's not
just-
going to happen.
it's just, I don't know. Like, counseling is, don't get me wrong. Some people do get counseling and like, it's very good for them. Like,
Yeah.
and they benefit from it. I'm not knocking counseling. Like, it's good. And yeah, it is nice to like talk
Yeah.
about stuff, but like I can talk to my friends.
Yeah, but your friends are a little biased.
But that's what I'm wondering about the counselor.
You think she's
Does she
biased?
truly think that you suck?
No.
Or is she, because she's more like she's trying to be on my side because that's what she wants me to hear?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
That's-
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
if
How do I
went,
know that she's not just saying things to appease me, which like because I'm paying for it rather
Yeah.
than being like, but that's just it. Or is it because she has no fucking solutions? Like, so she's just like, he just sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not saying she said that. I'm just,
I mean, it's what it
I'm
sounds
using
like
it
you're
as an
saying.
example.
It's what it sounds like you're saying, which is very hurtful
It's
because
not.
I don't. I'm very good to you. Thank you very much. Piece of shit.
I'm just saying that I didn't say it. Okay.
Maybe Nicole sucks. Has you thought about that?
Well, that's the thing. It's like I went in there thinking, you know, Nicole really sucks. Nicole
Yeah.
needs to, but it's like after talking, it's like, I mean, not really. Like it's just
Honestly,
like,
I feel like we worked through our problems better than she worked through your problems. But
that's my point though. It's like counseling is expensive.
yeah,
And I don't feel in like the first couple of like the first session, because I had a counselor and I
yeah.
didn't,
You mean your emergency session?
yeah, and I didn't like her. She was like,
You signed up and they were like, call immediately.
Yeah.
Are you going to kill
It's
yourself?
because I went on a rant, babe. Like it was like write a pair, like tell a little bit about yourself and like what are the things that you're going through. And I mean, it's just like I just sat there and just like unloaded. Like I was just like, I'm feeling like this because of this, and I feel like this, and like, you know, obviously I'm not like suicidal or anything, but they were like, oof,
Yeah, that's a lot.
We
Yeah.
need to unpack that.
Yeah.
And so my first counselor, I ended up switching because like she was just too old school for me. Like I don't think she was older, like a
Yeah.
lot older. Like they have, so it's like that BetterHelp, it's an app.
Yep.
So you do video calls. So you can go through all the counselors and kind of pick which one you think is going to be best. So honestly, typical Nicole, I want to pick someone that's kind of attractive.
Of course.
Because like I just feel like then she'd get me more.
You're like, these are pretty girl problems. And if you're not pretty, you can't relate.
I mean, think about it. I want some 400-pound, you know, fatty with glasses. She's just not going to get what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Because no
She's
one
different,
loves-
she's
nobody
different
loves
struggles.
her,
Wow,
okay?
that's very mean.
I'm just kidding. But like, so I picked the counselor and in her photo, she looked like young and hip. Right. And then
Yeah,
I
probably
got,
probably in that photo she was.
she probably was in
It's
school
like a
for being a
dating
counselor.
profile.
And yeah. And she catfished me because then when I got on a video call, I was like, are you who I picked?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think
So, excuse
so.
me, ma'am, I was looking for your daughter. Is she?
I'm sorry, was that photo from 20 fucking years ago? Like, and so like she just, I don't know, she just like agreed with it. She was just like, yeah. Like she just didn't really give me she didn't really talk.
Yeah.
Like, and then like I
But
said,
also in the first couple sessions, I feel like it's a lot of learning about you and there's not direct feedback. She doesn't know who you are.
kind of, but then when she did talk, I was like, no, like
Yeah.
that's not how I feel. She's like, well, do you think you feel like this? And I was like, no.
Mm.
Like, I don't think, and then like, she just didn't get it. Like, she's very old school. Like she's been married for like freaking 30 years. Like, I don't know. I didn't like her. We didn't have a good vibe.
Vibe.
So then I switched to a different girl.
Yeah.
And my first session with her, I felt super good after. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
okay. Like she was good. Like, and it was mostly me talking because, you know, I talk a lot
That's
and I
what you
told
do.
her
Yeah.
everything, like how I was feeling and stuff. And like, she like, I left that first session feeling like, yeah. I like her. I think this is going to be good. So then the next session, again, I did feel really good after to an extent, because it's almost like I was getting, it's just like, I don't know, like you just like, you hear things and you're like, yeah, like you're probably right. But like, am I going to do that? No.
Yeah. It's one of those like, yeah, I mean, that makes sense on paper, but in execution, that's never going to fucking happen.
And so then as I continued with her, my like for her just started going down because it was just like,
She was giving you too good of advice that you weren't going to do.
no, it wasn't even that. It was just like, she wasn't giving me solutions on how to work through the things like with my problem, more of like well, you're just, you know, he's him and you're her and you just like, there's nothing you can do.
Oh yeah.
Like that, like,
Which,
you're
we crossed that path. That's old news.
that's like a year
Yeah.
ago, babe. Like, it's just like, he's gonna, he doesn't give a fuck. And so, just be like, bye.
Yeah, we gotta get these therapists up to speed because they're trying things that we've already tried.
Yeah. And
Like
I'm
we
like,
need new ideas, new fresh
and I even
ideas.
said to her, I was like, listen, like, I need you to like really listen to what I'm about to say to you. I was like, I'm trying to figure out, am I just psycho and crazy, or do we just suck together? Like,
Both can be true.
I was like, this is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, am I wrong for feeling how I feel about certain things in this relationship? Like, is that because I'm crazy, or because he's just not ever going to be what I want?
Well, yeah, but I think a large part of that is there isn't a recipe of this is how you have a successful relationship that works with everyone. Every relationship's going to be a little different.
But that's my point, though. It's like, then how useful is counseling? Like, I don't think I want to renew it.
Yeah.
Because I paid for it this past thing, and like, it's $250. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, and if I'm not going to get any, like, we're in session, what, 9, 8?
Something like that. Yeah.
Like, if I'm not getting anything from it, I'm not going to keep paying for it.
If majority of your conversations are things about our relationship, then it shouldn't be counseling. It should be couples counseling, if that's what the problem is.
Well, yeah. And like, that's just it. It's like, I've told her about my past, and like, there's a couple things that she said that kind of stuck with me, where I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I guess my point is that this was a precursor to us doing couples therapy, because I was like, you need to figure out your own shit first before we can fix our shit. But if you're just going in there talking about our relationship, that's not going to really help you fix your problems.
But again, like, I did talk a lot about my stuff, and like, kind of some of that has played into our relationship, like, obviously. But really, like, at the end of the day, it was more of her just saying, like, I don't think you're wrong for feeling like that at all. Like, I don't think that you should accept that, or like, I just think you guys just are not good, and I think you just need to really realize that.
Yeah, for me,
so then I just leave sad. Then I'm just like, I end it and I just cry. Like, one day I got off the phone with her and I just laid in my bed and I just cried, because I was just like, well, that didn't me. This is why I'm here. I just want this to be fixed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it, because like I tell you all the time, it's not like I'm like, oh, we're going to have guys night every single Friday. We're going to go to the bars and be out till 3 a.m. Every once in a while, maybe I'll go to a strip club and like all these, like, I don't do any of that. So like, I feel like our problems are not that grand where it's like, we can't be together because both of us suck. Like there's some underlining issue of why it bothers you so much for these small things that I do that you don't like.
And like, we're speaking on a podcast right now, so I'm not going to get really deep into it, but I know what the reason is, like, in my heart, and like, I've talked about it, but like, we don't have to get into it right now. But like, I'm just saying, like, I understand that those are not, though, you going out with your guy friends is not what's going to make or break us. Like,
yeah, but I'm saying that I don't. Like, I'm not like at the bar till 3 a.m. But I'm saying that your counselors are like treating it as if that's what I'm doing. Like, oh, maybe just leave him because he's gonna be him and you're gonna be you. And I'm like, it's not like we do. Like, our problems aren't that fucking deep.
But it's not in terms of like you doing things. Like, that's not what it was in relation to. Like, not like, no, it's not.
Because I occasionally slap you. Because did you tell them that you slapped me too?
I don't talk about that.
Oh, why?
I don't want to tell her that we hit each other.
It's like never out of anger or aggression. A little aggression sometimes on both sides. But, most of it's just fun.
Except for when I hit you in my sleep recently.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I was awake. I knew what I was doing.
I was gonna say, I don't know that you're asleep for these. I think you're just pretending to be asleep and you're actually just smacking the shit out of me.
How smart would that be?
I mean, you got one more and then I'm fighting you back. Whether you're asleep or awake, I don't give a shit.
Could you imagine, like, if I was genuinely asleep and I'm just like, and I just rolled over and just kind of like pop right in the face, and then you just like
wail on you?
The bed.
That happened the other night when I had to lift you up and move you to the other side of the bed.
Yeah, but I woke up.
Yeah.
So I was like, don't carry me.
Yeah.
Don't touch me. I will move myself.
Nicole hates to be carried, like cradled. And it's all that I want to do.
The only day that will be something I will be into is like
wedding day.
Yeah, or like even if like say I move in here and you just wanted to joke around and like carry me through the front door, like you live here now. Like I would let you do that. That's adorable. You jot that
Trying
down.
to work that in. I don't think I want to do it that bad.
I just slide that in there, like welcome home.
Yeah.
Nicole Vales.
Okay.
So
Like,
Chaz recently, did I tell them in the last episode that I sent everything here with your name on it?
yeah, because remember I told you that my mom saw it and was like, "Why does it say Nicole Vales?"
But I changed it, guys.
And then
then.
Michaela saw it and was like, "Why does it say Nicole
It doesn't,
Vales?"
but I changed it. My Amazon packages now say Princess Nicole.
Yeah. Which I mean, I guess is better. I don't really. Whatever. You just do whatever.
My Hobby Lobby packages said Nicole Tverdick like a normal fucking person.
Thank you. For fuck's sake. It's like it's not enough that I allow you to send things to my house for you. Like you have to just go a little bit beyond.
Right.
Give an inch, take a mile.
Obviously.
It's just the Nicole way.
Shut up. You do it too.
I do not.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Okay, you don't. But I just wanted to argue.
Okay.
I just felt like arguing. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I don't. If you give me an inch, I'll take half an inch. So
listen, we haven't fought in like 3 days. Okay, I just
fiending for it.
Just like,
Okay. I don't know how long this episode's been. That's gonna be a problem. I'll have to start like a timer or something if we're gonna do it this way because I have no way of tracking this.
I know, and I just have told so many hilarious stories.
I mean, you told one funny story. 1.5. Audrey having a pet seed was funny.
Oh, so that's another story. So my sweet boy tried out for soccer.
Yeah.
And he got cut.
Yeah.
Right?
Poor kid.
So, I was upset because who the fuck do they think they are?
Cutting your baby.
Like I video called him and I was like, hey, like, are you good? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't care. And I was like, that just sounds like something a heartbroken boy would say. I was like, baby, what do you need me to do? I was like, you need me to go to school?
Yeah.
I'll
go
beat
up
that
there
woman
right
up.
now.
I called my mom today to tell her about it. And I think she was more mad than me. Are you fucking serious? She was like, that's some bullshit, Nicole. What are you going to do about it? And I was like,
what can I do about it?
It's like public school. Like if they like, what am I going to do? Like, even if I went up there and like caused a ruckus, like they would just bench him because his mom sucks.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, so you're just going to do nothing. And I was like,
geez, way to make me feel bad about my kid getting cut.
I was like, I mean, Julian didn't seem to care.
Yeah. he seems fine.
He's just like, I don't care. Like, it was mostly 8th graders. Like, I knew I wasn't going to make it. And I was like,
not with that attitude.
Want me to hug you? So then like I had to do something at work and I turned on one of the TVs and it was a soccer game. My friend was like, wow, way to rub salt in the wound. I was like, that could have been my boy.
I don't think that's how that works, but yes.
Oh, it just broke my heart. So then I was like, so, ixnay on the football then for that school. Cause if you didn't get into soccer, you definitely aren't going to make the football team.
They don't have a remarkable soccer program, but they do have a remarkable football program. Right. So if you're not cutting it for soccer, then
you're not going to make it in football, babe. I'm so sorry.
It's a real bummer.
So I guess like maybe like lacrosse, like
that's a really big thing down here too.
I know, my sister played lacrosse.
I know exactly which sister.
It was Pamela.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Pamela.
Was it really?
You thought Celeste?
Yes.
You thought like lesbian?
I would have taken a bet, a very high bet. Like I know for a fact that it wasn't Pamela. There's no way. Wow, I would have lost a lot of money.
That was good. Yes, and that was a joke, you guys. My sister's not a lesbian. She's happily engaged. Yeah. She's happily engaged to a man.
Yes.
But we always joke around and say that she's like the lesbian of the family.
Yeah.
But no, she didn't play sports. Pamela was the sporty one. She played softball and lacrosse.
Wow, 2 lesbian sports. Are we sure that Pamela's not?
Well, the funny thing is like when she was a kid, we were convinced that she was going to grow up to be a lesbian stripper.
Wow.
Like
a very specific person.
We had high hopes. Okay. Most families are like, you're going to grow up and be a
doctor, lawyer. Yeah.
Not us. Lesbian strippers in your future.
It's all over your face.
I mean, look at you, you lesbian stripper.
God.
We're a weird family.
I know. I've been around your family a lot.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's a trip.
Yeah, it's something.
Could you imagine if you'd done like acid or something and then hung out with us?
No, it would be a terrible trip. And you're already loud. I can only imagine how loud it would be if I was on acid.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be good. I changed my mind. Don't do that.
I feel like my brain would rattle.
You would explode.
Yeah. All right. I think it's long enough.
Okay. You're welcome for all of my great stories.
Yeah, I don't want any more stories from you. That's why I'm like, I think we can wrap this up. I'm kidding.
This dude is signing off.
That's not. All right, that concludes another episode of the Trauma Bond Podcast. Your trauma is our collective journey in unhealthy coping. Thank you for listening. The Trauma Bond Podcast with Chaz
and Nicole.